Welcome back to another episode of Just Weirdly Blended. Today is Friday, October 8th, 2021. I'm Tom.
And I'm Jesse.
Welcome back.
I gotta say that with more pizzazz after just listening to the other one. I'm like, Jesse.
Yeah.
Lurch.
Sound
like Lurch.
If we learned anything from last week trying to live stream, is that we're not live streamers.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It was our first time, and I think part of the reason was it was just
weird.
I don't know if it was just the pressure.
Probably.
We folded.
But then, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe
and I thought our sound sucked, and
our sound sucked, our video sucked. But like we've been saying in the past, this is a new thing.
It is.
So you're gonna notice that things get better as time goes on, and just luckily, since no one's watching, no one knows.
Hey, but people will watch because I'm gonna put it out there in the world.
Well, and I actually do think the coolest thing that happened to me last weekend. It was the day after we did our last recording, and I really did not feel great about it.
Yeah,
and we had a big family get together, and this relative came up to me and he said, I heard you guys' podcast, and it really made me want to start doing my podcast that I've had this idea for. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. What do you think it is about? And he wasn't quite sure, but he was like, yeah, watching you guys made me think that I could do that.
If we can do it.
So yeah, I'm like, I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but no, it was if you idiots can do it.
I don't know if I should take that offensively or not.
I mean, clearly I would be more successful than you. So
after I heard that piece of crap,
after that piece of shit played, I was definitely.
I don't know. I think we got something.
I think
there's millions of podcasts. I don't know if there's millions, but there's probably close. I wouldn't be shocked. But even
hey, we got new mics.
Yeah.
And did we have these last time? We
had one.
We had one mic. Mic set up. Now we have two mics set up.
But no, then we also now have the audio interface.
We have the audio interface. Yes. You guys might notice two of you that have been with us from the beginning.
We got some spooky guys back here.
Those guys are terrifying.
And this guy don't want to listen to us, and this guy don't want to watch us. So
yeah, neither one of those. Luckily, they're fake.
Yeah, but whatever. But I don't know. We'll try live stream again. Once we build a fan base.
Yeah, it'd be nice to actually.
I thought that was really nice of her to let us try.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was really cool.
Yeah, shout out to Valerie again, Valerie Mercado. That was really cool for us to try that out.
Yeah.
And she was super kind and super cool to us. Just different. I don't know. We weren't ready for it.
No. It's like, hey, you guys should try live streaming. We're going to do that today. Yeah. And we're like, oh, shit.
We're like, okay.
And then, that and like, I know, like we were just discussing off air is
during commercial
like
break.
During that like week, like I had been driving, like I had said in the thing, like I had been driving that whole week to Spokane, which for people who don't know, that's 2 hours, 2.5 hours one way. So 5 hours of driving
a day plus work
every day. Yeah. I was tired as shit when I got here.
Yeah. And for my excuses, I had a headache.
Just a little Coke and you're good to go. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
A little shot of heroin. Didn't ever hurt anybody.
We're joking.
But enough about that. I honestly, we both kind of felt like we were kind of getting a groove about the time it ended.
Yeah.
Last week.
Oh, for sure.
We did talk about. I think we talked about the Many Saints of Newark coming out. It's been out for a week now.
You watched it.
Not going to spoil anything, but
you liked it.
I almost thought it was over. Like I almost couldn't stomach it because of something that, if it didn't happen in the movie, it doesn't drive with the show, which is ridiculous. Which, if you don't know, it's the show The Sopranos. Huge
the prequel.
Yeah, right. I mean, it takes place in like the 60s and 70s. The show The Sopranos takes place in the 90s and early 2000s. Total mafia thing. At first, there was a lot of social justice stuff, and that was fine. We got this going on. No, it's not.
SWJs.
Yeah, I mean, it's not typical for a mob movie, but like I get it.
SWJS. Yes,
come
social
on.
Worker justice.
Social workers deserve justice too. Damn it.
Now, do you think you didn't? Okay, so it's not that you didn't like the movie, right?
Oh no, I ended up loving the movie.
You ended up.
I ended up loving it.
So
at first,
people who haven't watched the show, do you think it's because you've seen the show, you know what happens?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You think your view is a little more skewed?
100%.
Like if I go in, it's gonna be like,
so
oh,
here's
this is a great movie.
You would be like, oh, this guy is this character and he does this random thing, and you know, it's like you'll probably walk away with being like, that's a good movie. But when you've watched episodes of The Sopranos over and over and over again, and like you can repeat lines of it and you remember all the plot points.
You know what? I'd probably have that same feeling about Supernatural.
Sure,
because I've seen that show so many times.
Yeah, I'm about season 6 in
I'm
that
about
show?
season 15 right now. Again,
to start again.
This is my second or third time. Anyway, but if they did a movie, I'd probably have that same point of view.
But see, that's the thing is like, but so the reason that it almost ruined it for me was this entire, not an entire, but a major plot point in the show had to do with this main character in this movie, and at the end of it, this major plot point was totally abandoned. Okay. And I'm like, whoa, this thing just happened. This other thing did not happen. That is like an entire arc of this certain character in this show
that you just didn't.
That you can't do this. Like, why would they do this? And David Chase, the producer of the show, was a producer of the movie. I'm thinking, like, how could you fuck this up?
Yeah.
And it was so close to being ruined. And then this character who's always kind of, whatever the modern word is for a woman that gets on your nerves a little bit. She makes this one comment that completely redeems the whole thing, because you're like, this entire plot point never happened.
I think it's cool that it rests on that one line.
It was so purposeful. And it was like watching this like spider drunkenly trying to form a web, and at the end he's just this maestro and it all just strings back together. You're like, oh shit.
So it's like Charlotte, you see all this crap and
my mind
she just exploded. Just weirdly blended.
Oh yeah like when we were throwing Scrabble pieces down on the table. No, actually, Alicia gave us that idea, but
which one?
Just really blended, right? Wasn't that Alicia's idea? So
it was.
Anyway,
out to my wife.
The movie ended up being fantastic. If you're a Sopranos fan, it's a little. I mean, again, I'm not anti-social justice by any means. In the beginning, it's not really your typical arc of a mafia genre.
I think.
But with, it's the 60s and 70s. How do you not address it today? There are a lot of folks out there that, obviously aren't white or Italian that probably love the show. So I think it's really cool that it does reach out to a broader audience of people. And just as far as the storyline, we got to get used to having actual mics that actually work.
I'm left-handed, so I move my hand,
But really, the ending for me was clutch. I was just like, wow, this went from a dud to...
I need to watch the show.
Watch the show. If you get into the show and you watch the show and you get in sort of invested in the characters, then...
Which I started getting.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot more because, I mean, even the narrator of the show is a main character from The Sopranos. So if you've never watched it, it's just going to be this dead guy.
Oh.
And then you can still watch it, and it's like, oh, okay, this dead guy.
So what you just told me is he dies in the show.
No,
you just bloated it.
No,
bloated it. You just bloated it.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding.
If you watch the movie, you'd know. But I mean, but no, it was awesome. I started talking like with an Italian accent again.
You do good job.
Oh,
I think awesome. My only not beef. Like you, I'm not like anti-ant. Mm-hmm. Like social justice or like the real world issues and all that stuff. I just hate when I watch a movie and it's kind of throws it at you.
Sure.
And it's like you're like I want to enjoy the movie. I know you got an agenda. It's cool, whatever.
No, I know what you mean.
Which I'm cool with.
Whatever. Well, and I think that, it's so tough because like I am obviously white, and so I don't have slightly. I mean, like 900%, but
he's South African.
So I'm very south, very
wait.
North African, north of. Well, we're all African, right? At some point, they say back in the beginning, we were all
who knows what
from
Pangea
Africa or Tangier. We were all hanging out together on this single,
which is a trip to think about.
Yeah, right.
The Pangea thing, because I believe that.
Oh, I do too.
Because if you look at certain,
watch out, Africa and South America. South America,
even like what is it? Italy and
oh yeah.
What is it? What island is it that fits in the
Greece?
Yeah. So I mean, just
Sicily. Sicily's getting kicked by Italy.
Yeah, but
Greece,
there's one
Greece
that's
isn't
down
one, but
below though that goes into the. I don't know.
probably.
I don't know my geography too well, but
Well,
just looking at a map, you can
as an
tell stuff.
Italian, let me tell you. Okay.
There's stuff that you can just see that.
Yeah.
Fit
All of
together.
it, and you can see how it's stretched.
Yeah,
all
for
that.
sure.
But anyway, I mean, the social justice
I
side of
believe.
things, I think, a lot of the times I'm privileged enough that sometimes you just want to watch a movie to forget all the stuff going on in the world.
That's why I watch movies.
Well, yeah, and a good argument against that is, well, some people can't forget because it's their life, and so I mean, I'm sensitive to that too. I don't know what the answer is, but
I know. I mean, like I said, when I moved to Washington from Las Vegas, I was, I'm Hispanic and white and whatever, but I'm primarily Hispanic. I look Hispanic, and,
sure.
I get called Arabic. Arabian. No, I have been, which is cool.
By your brother-in-law, more than anyone, I think.
Yeah, he did, but other people actually thought I was like Arabian.
Just random people.
Which I've always loved Arabian. Like they're fucking like the Arabic, I think has some of the coolest lettering.
Calligraphy?
Is that it looks clear. I don't know. It just looks so cool.
It is cool. I actually worked with a gal that she grew up, I think, in Jordan. And she would write stuff down for us. And it was neat. I mean, she'd write our names down and she'd write just like sentences down. And it's, like Chinese is written very differently. Or is it Japanese? It's written like a different order. I can't remember if it was that
right
way,
to left or whatever.
It was just neat. Watching her do it, it was just a trip because it's so different than the way, obviously, our letters are written. So.
You know what? I've always said this, even when I was younger, like American stuff's kind of boring a little bit. Because we're such a young country. Technically, we're kind of a young country.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's so much history. And
comparatively
to like China and like the
5,000 years of history in China.
Well, the Middle East even. And
the birth of civilization.
Just seeing their just their culture and then their language and just their like the way they do like lettering, like I said, like even like Chinese and what is it? Japan has 3 or 4 different alphabets or something crazy.
Oh, probably. I don't even know.
I dated like the girl I dated in high school. She took Japanese and she was telling me how many different languages, like different alphabets they have or something like that. I don't know. I sound like an idiot, I'm sure.
I would be so screwed.
It looks so cool.
If I had to learn 3 alphabets, I barely learned 1 alphabet. Luckily, I can teach an alphabet.
And then you go to America and you look at a word and it's knives. Oh, don't say knife.
Yeah. Or it's a rule. It's a rule.
It's silent.
For
it's a silent
example,
letter.
Hey, the word weirdly. I before E except after C. And then in weirdly, we're going to make it E-I after W. We had a big talk about that because we thought we misspelled it.
Well, didn't we misspell something on
We didn't.
Well, no.
We thought we did, I thought.
No, we misspelled something on Facebook.
Oh, maybe we did do
on
an
I-E. Yeah, we did.
Did we do an I-E instead of E-I?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, whatever it was, I was changing everything. I'm like, yeah, he's so right. Like, and I got it backwards. I was changing everything away from the way it's supposed to be following the rule.
I don't even know that rule, to be honest with you. Yeah. You know what I can't remember from school? It's like the English stuff. English.
You know what I can? You know what I can't remember?
I can't remember like
English
grammar from like.
Oh, I remember it now.
School,
I remember it now. I teach it. It's
you teach it.
Oh, hardcore.
I write emails for a living, and so like I use Grammarly, which really comes in handy. But helps. Sometimes Grammarly's too Grammarly.
Yeah. Like, no, you want to say hither.
Come hither, my friend.
What you mean is come hither. Come here is not proper.
Henceforth now.
Yeah. Henceforth with 2, albeit.
Yeah. 4 scores.
And 7 years ago.
But, so Grammarly sometimes will say stuff, and I'm like, that's not.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a prick.
It could be right, but for me, just, that don't sound right. That's not how I talk.
Yeah.
I don't talk like that.
I enjoy teaching
like this.
First graders like a brand new grammar skill every week because when they do get it, they get super jacked up when they notice it.
Do you miss that?
Oh, I love it.
Well, it's cool for you because you see
I see it every day now that we can actually,
I miss getting jacked up because I learned something.
Oh yeah, these guys they, of course you got your kids that they're not as motivated or whatever, but. Man, when you see them, like we were learning the possessive nouns, right, with the apostrophe S at the end, and we have this thing called a reader's notebook.
Oh yeah.
And when they pull this thing out, this one kid's like, the loudest shock was, the apostrophe yes. They were like jacked, and all the kids were like, oh my god! And then, like, they're all throwing their books around. Oh. Not really. My classroom management is fantastic, so they were very calm, but they were just
like they just graduated.
They were. I mean, they were just like apostrophe yes. Oh my fucking god! Their minds were blowing out of their heads,
which is cool.
They were just so excited, and it was cool. So they still get all jacked up over that.
That's cool, man.
Fun job. It's a fun job. I like it.
It's cool to see that stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of get jacked up when, like, I see my kids get stuff. And
yeah, you know?
Like, JJ, he'll do his homework. So the teacher gives him a packet that's optional for math. Right?
Some extra work.
Yeah. And so she's like, okay, do 2.3. And so lately he's been doing it on his own. Right? He'll get home, start reading his little 20 minutes or whatever.
Isn't that nice?
And he's reading a chapter book now.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's reading this, like,
which one?
Book.
What's it called?
Don't know. It's about a cat.
I don't pay attention.
It's about a cat. No, it's about a cat. There's a book I gave him that I read when I was younger called Banucula.
Banucula. The bunny Dracula.
Yeah, James Howe wrote this book.
Oh, yes.
This Dracula bunny would suck the like juice out
of. I come to suck your carrot.
Yeah, you do that out of all the veggies. I just remember I loved this book. It won like a award or something. What is it, the Newbery Award or whatever, one of those. So I found it at Goodwill. Nice. I'm like, I bought it and I was like, hey, when you finish reading this little kitty cat book, check this.
I got a real book for you.
But no, this book's like, it's a chapter book. It's, you know, it looks normal, like a normal book. It's not like picture books.
Yeah, it's got like actual words in it.
Yeah.
Sentences,
so he's been reading
stanzas.
that. But he gets so excited about stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I miss that stuff as an
adult.
adult.
Nothing's exciting anymore.
You don't take things the way you used to do.
No.
You know what I mean?
And
you take things for granted.
You know, you're excited about something, and then it happens, and you're just like instantly just like, okay, what's next?
Yeah, well,
like,
my wife will say a million times over that I'm very like meh.
Yeah, like, which is so funny because Blanca's the same way. She's pretty meh.
I'm like,
but then if I'm meh about something, it really gets under the skin. And she's like, you can't be like that.
Yeah.
And she acknowledges, she's like, I'm already like that. So if we're both like that, I'm like,
well, like, yeah, Alicia gets excited about stuff.
I can get excited about
and then
I get excited about holidays.
Well, I forget what she got excited. Like I've never seen you so excited. She just said that not that long ago.
Our podcast. Obviously.
It could have been, though.
It was our podcast. Serious.
It was something weird where she's like, I've never seen you so excited. I'm like, bull crap. She goes, even when we got married or had JJ, you weren't that excited. I'm like, you're dumb.
It's because it meant something, so it was buried deep down inside.
Well, which reminds me, I just seen this video. I was going through YouTube on their YouTube shorts, like, you know, I do at night because I got nothing else to do. And it says, my husband, when he catches fish, shows him, he's holding this fucking huge fucking fish up, right? He's like smiling. And then it shows a picture of him and her, like, married. And he's like, next picture, another fish. And
it meant a lot to him.
He's just like jacked up, and then he's holding like the baby, and he's just like, you know.
Well, but you gotta understand.
Hilarious.
Like,
it was pretty funny. I'm like, that's pretty accurate
for those outdoorsy guys. Though, I mean, you can't.
You know what?
Be too excited about that kind of stuff. No, you got to keep it in. Be cool.
No. The many times we went fishing, the day I fucking catch a fish, finally, I'm gonna be the most jacked I've been in my life.
As we've mentioned, we've gone fishing roughly 1,000 times, and we've gotten a bite
at least 10 times for sure.
Yeah, it may not have been 1,000. It was probably 10.
It's got to be 10.
But
which is like
still,
1,000.
You know, you'd think you'd get a bite. We tried different lures, different bait, whatever else is in fishing. That's about all I know.
I still think I got a bite.
I think you did, but that damn boat,
that
riverboat,
the riverboat got me.
Yeah, the riverboat of the West.
Or it was a big ass rock underneath the water, and I'd never seen it.
Who knows? All I know is I went and cleaned out the kayak yesterday, and my fishing line was broken somehow.
Was it?
Yeah. The only thing I caught was wind.
Oh shit!
I guess because I don't know why it was
Wind's
broken.
Strong though.
Wind around here is bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
You know what? So they say Yakima is the Palm Springs of Washington. I like to call the Tri-Cities the Chicago of Washington.
That makes sense. We are the literal windy city.
We are the windy city of
It's not a bunch
Washington.
of talkers. It's just always windy. And where I work, it's so windy. I heard a story that somebody did an L&I claim because...
Wait. is Chicago? It's windy though, right?
No, the Windy City in Chicago.
What?
Interestingly enough, the term comes from a lot of political talking.
No, shit.
Windy City. Now, I'm not saying it's not windy. I don't know for sure.
I always thought it was because it's so windy.
The actual term references someone's political, BS, blowing wind.
So blowing wind,
blowing
like talking
wind.
smoke, and shit, talking out your ass.
Yeah, we're Chicago. We're the best
Bro,
city.
I never knew that in my life.
Yeah, I don't know where I learned it, but
because you're Mr. History,
I am
though.
For sure that's correct.
I won't doubt you.
If I'm wrong, somebody please listen and tell me.
If he's wrong,
just tell me. No, it's windy as shit here. It's windy as shit in Chicago.
Okay, so when I say Windy City, we're windy like because of the weather, not because of the Chicago.
We're literally windy, okay?
Yeah.
You pussies over there, you talking? Huh? You talk all day? We walk through the wind. Okay?
We walk through the wind.
Okay.
For sure.
People where I work get blown over by the wind, okay? Knocked over in the rocks.
Dude, I used to have this truck, and I remember I went to stop. I was in Pasco, and I was filling up, and it was fucking windy as hell.
Yeah.
My car was shaking left to right.
It's awful.
I was
when
thinking
you're
gonna,
worried that you're going to get pulled over on a DUI because the wind is knocking your car around so bad.
Because I'm like pumping gas, my shit was going like rocking, and then you see cars like getting really rocked, and so I'm driving a truck, and so I was thinking,
dust storms,
this kind of blow over. Yeah, we get a lot of dust devils.
Storms, yeah.
That's why we have a baseball team here, the Dust Devils. They're like
they just
AAA.
They just got bumped up. What is it now?
It's like an A something. We play more games now, 62 games.
We have more affiliates, don't we?
I think we're.
Or we upped
Angels.
Who we're affiliate? Yeah, we're the Angels now. We used to.
We used to be the Rockies, I want to say.
I think so. And the Mariners are basically a farm team for New York.
They used to be. They're a little better now.
They're getting better. They're
Shout out to the Mariners. They almost made it to the playoffs this year.
The Mariners. I didn't catch one goddamn game this year because unless you pay for real TV, you don't get it. Unless you want to pay $25 for some thing.
It's called a Fire Stick. Just so you know, you can get it if you jailbreak that bad boy.
I don't have that.
If you educate yourself and do some educational purposes, you can jailbreak a Fire Stick. I don't know if that's legal to do, but
well, just to be clear, neither of us would ever do such.
I would never do that.
Never been done before. No one's really even aware of a what is it you said? Gel poked Fire Stick.
Gel poking.
Soap dropped Fire Stick. Is that what you said? Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. No, my friend has a jailbroke stuff, and so he'll get like the games, he'll get like the fights.
I like the way you said that. There's this guy I know.
I know a guy.
I know a guy. Fell off a truck.
I Google stuff, and I might have watched YouTube videos on it to educate myself, and I probably would never do it unless someone paid me. My number is 555 0214
509.
That's gonna be a real number. I swear my old number when we used to live in Nevada ended with 0124.
So apparently that's happened a few times. What was it? That show out of Korea right now that everyone's watching, the Squid Games. Is that what it's called?
Speaking of Squid Games, I started watching Squid Games.
Okay, I've seen the first episode.
It's really, what I can't
weird? It seemed a little weird.
It's not weird. It's weird, yes. I got to rewatch a couple episodes because I'm trying to figure things out, and I fell asleep.
I usually do that too.
So I'm watching it because it's a Korean, original. It's Korean, so
a Korean original film.
Yeah, so it seems like it's really good, but then when you hear the dubbed version, like the acting for the dub sucks.
Hey, keep running! They're going to kill you now,
dude. It's
terrible. Like Dragon Ball Z.
It's at least Dragon Ball Z's get somewhat dramatic. Like this one's like it's really. At least for me, it's tough sometimes because I'm like, I'd rather watch the original.
You hear a really old guy with a 30-year-old voice. Seriously. Hey, young man, you better keep running or they are going to kill you.
I have a tumor in my brain.
Tomorrow I will die.
Yeah, it's tough. So it's tough.
And the fake laughing.
Laugh. But it's. I mean, there's some stuff though that's
some
like
screwed up stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
So
it's
I gotta
a cool
watch
concept.
it.
It's a pretty cool concept. It's a pretty cool show so far.
Yeah,
it's only like 9 episodes or something. But
what were we talking about when we brought that up? The Squid Games.
Squid Games.
What were we talking about? Shit. I lost that one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
Squid
like the
Games. It's crazy.
Games. You said something's like the Squid Games. Maybe it's the
Squid.
Oh.
I can't right now. I know.
You can. It's our podcast.
Hey.
He's get some DQ. You already know.
Supposed to be. I'll take it.
He'll take it. He's got a shake.
Thank you.
And I'll take yours, little mama. I'm just kidding. I love you. No, go ahead. You're good. I love you. They got a new bird. It's been behind my daughter's neck.
2 new birds.
It's like this big.
Interestingly enough.
It's this big. It's just a little baby.
It's a itty bitty.
No, it's not. It's like.
It's a lovebird.
My hand's 19 inches, so it's about that big.
It's almost as big. Never mind.
It's a tiny little guy.
When'd you get those birds?
Today.
Oh,
Blanca
nice.
went to Spokane. Hopefully she didn't take sick time.
She went to Spokane today to get them?
Maybe. Yeah. I think she took the day off legitimately. She drove to Spokane, got them. She was gonna get one. Sammy got the other. Sammy's like a teenager. She claimed it was okay with her parents. It was not okay with her parents. So now we have 2 birds, which is fine. We like birds, so it's all good. And it's a very cheap bird to take care of, I hear. Very friendly bird. The bird that we bought, no, not so much. But this one was
it
like
cheaper
$50.
than Mango?
Oh yeah, this bird was like $50. The bird that we just bought, I think, was about the same as Mango was.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, so I don't know how much Mango. Half a G,
roughly,
for a bird.
Hey, it's a cool ass bird, okay? For a bird, let me tell you.
Crazy. Although I don't know, I've spent money on stupid shit.
Hey, it's a bird. It's a living creature.
I'd rather get a bird than some dumb shit. I'm coming around to birds though.
In the word,
I used to hate birds. My friend used to have.
Well,
like
so
9
you
birds,
knew a big bird
dude.
that was mean.
No, he wasn't mean. He was just he had anxiety issues, and so he had issues.
Well, somebody was throwing a shoe at his cage.
He would put a sock around his neck, or he wouldn't do it. This bird, it would hang itself.
It's putting like a condom on itself.
They had to put a sock around his neck because it would pluck its own. It would pluck its own hair out, its own fat hair, its own feathers. Oh, shit, I keep hitting this shit.
He kept pulling his hair out.
Yeah,
all the time.
And so he had to wear the sock. But they had this bird that was probably about the size of Mango.
Yeah, Mango's a conure, so
he's
Mango's
about 7 inches.
If his hand's 19 inches, Mango's about half of that.
Yeah, so he's about.
No, there. You know,
inches,
I mean,
9 inches.
like I don't know. Maybe he's a little less than that sign, a little shorter than that sign.
Oh, he's way shorter.
Way shorter.
He's got to be 7 inches tall.
Yeah,
give or take.
Yeah, something
right?
like that. Yeah,
but like this bird was about the same height, and it hated hats, and I used to love wearing my hat. And so when I'd come in his house, like it would attack me.
Birds can be dicks.
And then I wouldn't wear the hat and it'd still attack me. And then I was like, "You're a fucking racist bird."
They have bad, and that's the problem with birds. They are so racist. Oh.
This one hated Mexicans.
I
thought I was going to.
What are you going to do to a bird? You can't cancel a bird.
Then you couldn't, because this was the 90s.
PETA will be all over you.
You can't cancel anything in the 90s.
No, the 90s was the golden.
You
era.
can't even cancel any cancellation culture just started last year?
Oh,
2 years ago, maybe less.
2016, I think.
No.
Well, really, when you think about it, I remember.
I just started hearing about the whole council crap.
You remember
recently.
the grab comment?
Grab them in their kitty.
So what I remember, historically speaking, now as a historian, you can do anything you want to them. You can grab them by the pussy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's a quote. I didn't say that. That was a quote.
Yeah. And by that word, he means cat.
Well, yeah. I was talking about Sylvester. Very nice cat. The nicest cat I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Nicest cat.
He was amazing.
So he, that comment was made. The presidency was won, and immediately everyone's heads exploded.
Of course.
And after that, it was like, well, this is bullshit. And then it kind of, over the next few years, it was like two sides of a very ugly coin. It was like, I'll grab more pussy, and like,
it was just,
you know what? Like, don't even give me
attention,
because if you do that, you're an awful person that should get shot in the face.
Well, no,
I don't know, like, I don't know where we are with that, but
yeah,
sometimes you just want to watch a movie for it to be a movie and just to relax with it.
I guess there's certain like shows or movies or books or any of that crap that I never looked at in that light.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I never looked at it, and growing up, going back to a story back when I said I moved from Vegas.
Yeah.
That I was actually probably going to get to. But
until we ran.
I moved to like North Bend or somewhere like that with my uncle, and I lived with him for a little bit. And the school I went to, I was in middle school. Like I was the only Hispanic, right? And it was the only time in my life. And I mean, there's been other times, but like this was the time in my life where it was like, this dude was racist. Like I got called names, I got picked on, like I got like all the time. And so that was like, I think my first time experiencing like that whole racism stuff. And
what was the guy's name? You remember the guy's name?
Nope. I just remember I kind of had enough one day, and he was like,
not like you.
He was like pushing me against the wall, like he kind of like bouncing my head like a basketball off the wall. Here, mind you, I'm
not
like,
as funny as it sounded.
I was trying to be calm because I don't want to get in fights.
Cool. So he was like literally like just holding you, kind of like you would.
No, he would hit my head, and he would go like that. And like one time, so one time he tackled me in the hall and punched me in the jaw. Right, I was talking to some friend, and I get tackled. He hits me in the mouth, and I remember I popped up, and I'm like, "What the fuck?
Like why?"
And then the guy that I was talking to, he was like, "What was that?" I was like,
and he would say racist things to you, like he would.
Yeah,
do
he'd
that
call me like a greaser, and he'd say something about Mexican, like.
He would say this was like a 58, 60-year-old man. I take it.
Seriously.
You dirty greaser.
Mind you, this guy.
Wow.
Nothing against guys with mohawks. My brother, love my brother to death. He had a mohawk.
But this guy had a mohawk.
He had a mohawk, but he put Jello in it, right, to add color or something.
Okay.
So, like it was funny. He would call me names, but then I was like, "Dude, you put Jello in it."
Hey, Jello hair.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I can't come up with bad names.
So like, he had punched me and like. Like I just remember, like, yeah, that sucked. It didn't hurt, right? He punched kind of like a little girl. Yeah. None against little girls who can't punch. I'm trying to be safe. He just didn't punch very hard.
He was a very weak man.
Yes, for 7th grader. And then, one day I'm just at lunch and he's kind of doing that. And finally, like, he went to go kick me, or he went to do something.
Like, I can dribble his head. What else can I do?
And finally, I snapped and he went to kick me, and I don't know how I mustered the strength, but I picked him up by his legs and I slammed him on the ground.
Good for you. Oh. I give you a round of applause for that. Good job.
He all he got was my shirt off, like my my sweater that I had. I used to wear the same Georgetown Hoyas sweater a lot. Like a lot. Yeah, I love that sweater. Yeah. May it rest in peace. Yeah. But yeah, I slammed him to the ground. But he never picked on me before after that, actually.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like, I'm very calm, blah, blah, blah. But then the moment I snap, it's
you get pushed too far.
I see red, and then
this is the thing about nice people. They're not usually.
Well, I'm not a pussy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
I might come across like that.
Most of us have enough self-control to not do ridiculous things. We can kind of see the end here, and it usually doesn't work out that well. So there are some things you need to just let go.
I know how my anger could be. Being
somebody slamming your head against the wall. That's kind of a seeing red moment.
And to this day, I don't like when people like
touch you in the face.
When they go like that. And they're like,
somebody's done that to you.
Oh, dude, I worked. This was recent. This was recent, about maybe 8-10 years ago. My last job. Yeah. And this lady I worked with, she was cool, like I was cool with the people, and I would, we'd always
She was so cool, she would tap you on the forehead.
No, it was worse than this.
Okay.
I don't know what she was thinking, but she slapped me in the face, right? Mm-hmm. Trying to be funny about something, and I'm like going to fix an issue, and she's like, and I looked at her, and I was like, holy shit, like I had to calm down. I was like, you know what, don't ever fucking touch me in the face again.
I don't know where you're.
She was like, Jesse, but blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm not cool. That's not cool. I don't touch me in my face. Like, I'm not okay with that. That's not funny. Like, it's not funny. I don't find that funny. Don't be a bit.
Yeah. So ladies, this is one thing for ladies right now. Like, it's not okay to hit a woman, but on the same token, there's really no reason to put your hands on a dude. Like, if people would just stop putting their hands on each other.
And this girl was built like a linebacker. So I'm just saying, she would have probably dropped me. She was big. She was big. If
you did it to
her, she wasn't big, like fat or anything. No, she was big,
just
like
tough, like tough.
She was country girl.
Tough girl.
She was like country, like
she's good.
She was country. She was a country girl. She living in that country world.
that drive trucks. That
yeah.
was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to those guys. Wow, that
They
was
drive trucks.
they
Well,
drive their country cars called trucks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was good.
That was funny.
Oh, those guys.
No,
cracked me up. Anyway,
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we were cool after that. Like,
yeah,
I'm cool with people like just don't do that shit. Like, it's not okay.
Why,
I don't
you know,
like when guys hit women and
Right.
girls shouldn't hit guys for the same. I mean, you don't want. I mean, there's
well,
no need for.
So this
it.
is what I've come to realize: the only difference between children is kids is that children can get told no. Adults, it's like too far. Adults act just as poorly as kids do. Just nobody says anything half the
This
time.
is true.
So you have very poorly behaved adults that just get away with it.
Yeah.
And now they can't
They
even
don't
get
know how to
arrested,
behave and
so it's like, well, I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. It's crazy.
enough of
But-
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm liking our microphones right now.
So the cool thing is our microphones, we can actually hear ourselves. A couple days ago when we tested out our headsets, I sounded like Satan.
He sounded like the devil, and
It
when I say the devil, like he literally sounded. Like
I
the
scared
devil.
myself.
He scared me.
So
I think I shit myself that night.
it was a little smelly in here.
He was
for a while.
like, "Yeah, I did."
Come to the
That's how you
of
sounded.
the
I don't know
world.
why, and I think it was the splitter. But yeah, he sounded so devil. I
Wow.
still sounded.
that kind of hurt.
I had a deeper voice, but
I didn't have to do anything.
But
to
you were
sound
like,
that.
"Oh my god,
yeah.
come to me."
I am the Son of God. I was kicked out of heaven.
I've learned all of this from
Yeah,
from,
supernatural.
Supernatural, by the way.
He's kicked out of heaven.
Yeah.
It's Lucifer.
Crowley, Mr. Crowley.
Do you know
He
Crowley's
sounds like Michael Caine.
Mhm.
sort of.
Yeah, you came across Crowley then? huh?
Crowley, Mr.
He's
Crowley,
great, dude. He's
Mr.
such a great
Crowley.
character.
Yeah,
But you know, he's like an actual person. Like that
From the
character
book?
obviously is not an actual
from
person.
the
Not
Book
I don't
of
think he's in
Holy?
the Bible.
I've never heard of Crowley.
No, there's Aster Crowley.
Oh.
He was into necromancy.
Necrophilia.
Maybe,
No.
I don't know. He was into that whole necromancy.
Yeah, so bringing dead people back to life,
like trying to do that stuff,
right?
and so he would try to do stuff. Like,
Frankenstein, if you
and then
will.
kind of some of that like Satanism came to light because of that.
Really? Oh, wow.
Stuff.
I
It's
did not
pretty
know
cool.
that. So he's actually his character is based off of a historic figure.
The name.
The rest of the story is bullshit.
Yeah, he's a demon. You know, he's a Crossroads demon. You know.
But we just watched the one where they get into his backstory.
Yeah, yeah.
His son hated him. He was from like the 1800s.
Yeah, something like that. like maybe even further back.
Scotland or Ireland or
Scotland.
something. I don't know, but
Scotland.
that was pretty good. Yeah, I like what they're doing.
No,
with it. I like-
Crowley's his character is great. He'll be in the show for quite some time.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then you'll come across his mom.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, dude.
Mrs. Crowley.
Her
Crowley,
name's different.
senior.
Yeah, she does. She has a Scottish accent.
Oi, what trying to get doing by?
Yeah, no, she will. Hello, boy.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello.
Yeah, she's Renoa.
Renoa.
Yeah, she's a little
Renoa
red-
Crowley.
She's a redhead.
Ooh, a Spitfire.
She's cool.
Yeah.
She's funny. She's like a witch.
Aye.
Yeah. The show is cool, man.
Yeah,
I might be a nerd for the show.
So I didn't know what they were gonna do after the whole arc of the fifth season.
Which one? How did that
So
one end?
fifth season was where
Spoiler alert.
yeah, spoiler alert. Turn it off now, those of you
No,
listening.
10 years ago.
Yeah, like literally 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
That is where they are trying to defeat Satan from taking over the world and bringing the.
Is that where he gets locked up in the cage?
So yeah, this is where Sam gives himself to Satan and then fights Satan internally and then jumps into the pit,
Oh,
and
yeah.
locks Satan in the cage.
Yeah, he's locked in
But
the cage
Sam
with Satan.
somehow comes back in season 6. So Dean starts this whole new life
because he
with
thinks Sam's gone.
because he thinks Sam's gone. So
Yeah.
he's gonna have a life. He's got a woman. He's got a kid. Sort
Okay,
of.
they'll kind of talk about it a little
Right.
bit.
And so then we're putting more pieces together as season 6 comes. But now Sam and Dean are officially back together.
Yeah.
Sam's new car is destroyed, so they're taking out the
Baby.
old baby.
I
And
love that
that's
fucking
kind of back
car,
to the way it
bro.
used to be. And it's kind of nice because you're back to them just on the case with this different stuff. But then there's another storyline kind of developing.
Well, that's how they all.
so it's like, okay.
they
all
always
right.
have like their
Yeah.
side stories. and then they'll have the main story.
which is kind of fun. You get it broken up. You get these more lighthearted events where
Yeah.
it's not tied into something bigger or longer.
yeah.
You can just tune in that week, and it doesn't matter if you saw the last week or not.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
But,
the
yeah,
way they
so
do
it's fun and it's different. I'm not huge into like the sci-fi-ish kind of stuff, so it's a nice change of pace. But
Yeah, it's more.
I really
I like the lore that's behind it because a lot of that that's not like made up lore that they're making up for
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
If you actually look into it, it's like legitimate lore that's
centuries
know.
old.
yeah.
Well, I like that. Did you see the? Well, you obviously did, probably 3 or 4 times. The episode where they
Mhm.
go into Bobby's weekend.
Which one? Oh yeah.
And Bobby is like constantly doing things for other people, and he's trying to eat that cobbler, and he can't eat it because every time he goes to cut it, somebody calls, and he's
Yeah.
pretending to be the FBI
He's so
or the
pissed
CIA.
off. Yeah.
And at the end, they're like, "Come on, Bobby, we need you," and he's like, "God damn it, boys,
yeah.
what are you, idiots?
Yeah. It's
I've been after you for years, and you ain't done shit for me."
yeah. I love Bobby, dude.
Bobby's cool. I like.
So
Bobby.
the creators of that show, they actually did the show The Boys, and so
funny show if you haven't seen it.
dude, that show's crazy.
Amazon series, right?
Yeah, yes. Eric Kripke. So
Kripke. Oh yeah.
So
I've
he
seen
did The Boys
name.
show.
Yeah. Okay.
But he also is the creator of obviously Supernatural.
Supernatural.
So Bobby's in The Boys.
I haven't seen him yet. I don't think.
Yeah, he's in season
1.
He might be in season 1. I know he's in
I may
it
have
still.
to look at it again.
And then now Dean's going to be in the new season.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's
he's gonna
pretty
be,
cool.
He's going to be like the Captain America person. So it's going to be interesting to see how he is.
So he's going to be opposed to.
So I want
what's
to
the
know how
guy's
he's going to
name?
be.
It's not,
Homelander.
Homelander. So how is that going to drive with Homelander, who's kind of like Captain America?
Homelander's like Superman.
Well, I guess that's true.
Because he has those powers.
He is an asshole, though.
Dude, he's a dick.
There are some scenes I don't even feel comfortable yet referencing some of the scenes he does, but they're funny. They are,
dude. That
funny.
show's crazy,
Whoa.
and he's such a good Banshee. So he did a show called Banshee. I was talking about this last podcast. I
Yeah.
want to say I couldn't think of the show, but he did a
Okay.
show called Banshee, where
I think I've heard of that show.
where he comes out of prison and he becomes like a sheriff.
Okay, you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I highly recommend that show. I think it might be on Prime. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Homelander. To Homelander. Dick. He's not a command.
There we go.
Wow.
It's weird. The whole mirror image thing throws me off.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
I'm like,
But in order to get the words right, I suppose we could have just turned the words around in the little thing.
I suppose, but I
Who
don't know.
wants to
It
do
looks
that?
good this way.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. But yeah. So how was your week?
My week was pretty good, I have to say, overall. I'm trying to think. Today, okay, so highlight of my week, I have a little girl in my class that really struggles with reading. Like,
Yeah.
pretty bad. She really struggles with letters, letter sounds. I teach first grade, so
Does she have like a speech?
no,
No?
just she's an ELL kiddo, so she has 2 languages.
Oh, okay. I can see how
And that can be hard
tough.
for kids. I
Oh,
mean,
for
you know,
sure.
like especially with Spanish, some of the sounds are different. Or
Well, I think Spanish is more straightforward than English.
it is, and then we have so many confusing rules, and our vowels are so close, and all that. So you know, she I've really been working with her over the last few weeks, and then today we had our spelling test, and I knew she was going to be totally lost if I didn't do something. So I sat with her, and we kind of went through it like sound by sound. I had this letter card that she was used to looking at. And just watching her face light up when that light bulb clicked and she realized that she knew a sound was pretty cool.
That's gotta make you feel good.
She got to the end. I walked her around to some of the other teachers and was like, "Hey, you guys want to hear her read?" And they're like, "Yeah." And so she would read this little.
Probably
list of-
jacks her up.
Oh
too.
yeah, she was beaming. I
That's
mean, she
cool,
really
man.
she read 6 words. Her
That's gotta make
spelling
you feel
was-
so good.
And I was like, "Oh my god, this feels great."
yeah.
Because
That's
I mean,
why-
last year was a rough year. We couldn't do half the things that you usually do. We were back in school. It was good to get kids back together, but we can't kid ourselves and say it was a normal school year.
No, it
last year
wasn't.
was a horrible school year.
Well, I mean,
we're back a little
Elena,
more.
even just with her school this
Oh,
year
yeah.
compared to last year,
She's
totally
night and
different. It's
day.
180.
Yeah, learning
A
online. does
whole
not work for every
360.
kid. The whole 360. It's like like she's back.
She's
where
doing
she
so good. It's
started.
like a 360.
yeah, so great. And then she did it again. So
Yeah.
you know,
But no,
Yeah.
but yeah, I get it because it's like I don't know. Kids
yeah,
are starting to-
that was incredible. That
That's
was a
awesome.
great feeling. Just watching this kid Not only like did she feel like she could spell them. No, I can't give her credit for it because she didn't really do it on her own. But it's like
you walking her through that, she
week
started
after
getting that
week,
on
you
her
give
own,
this
though.
kid a test that she gets 0 on.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, at what point does a kid just give up and say, I'm not going to do this anymore?
Well, I think that's where it comes, like good teachers,
So,
where you actually help the kids and work with the kids.
Because this kid actually walked away, I think, knowing some more than she did when we started. And it was like 10 minutes. It was great. So, and she got to read the words and be proud of herself.
We got to think
really
too, like
cool.
how much time is the parents really spend time with her on learning?
Well, the hard thing is if you don't speak English, how are you going to read with your kid?
Yeah.
It's like, I think the parents should all read with their kids? Yes. Your children are your most important asset. I think you should spend your time with them. Am I dumb enough to think that everybody has the luxury? No.
I won't even lie. Like,
and
we used to read, like, I remember I used to read stories to Elena when she was little, and then I stopped doing that. And then even JJ, we used to read to him every night, and Alicia was very vigilant about it. Mm-hmm. And even that just kind of like, you get stuck in your day.
Well, and they're old enough
shit,
now,
and you
like
just forget about it. And
Elliot
like,
and JJ are old enough; they read to themselves now. I mean, like Elliot,
which is crazy.
In the morning, we get to school, he's in such a routine. Thank God, he'll just grab a book and do his reading to get it done.
Yeah,
I don't even have to tell him anymore.
Dude, I remember when he'd come to our house before school started. And he would have his little stuff down. Mm-hmm. That dude's so good at math.
He's pretty good with math. He's getting there with reading. He doesn't like reading as much.
Yeah, no, I know he didn't like. Not that he couldn't read, but he just you can
not,
tell what
JJ
he
likes to
read. JJ likes
Elliot
reading.
Could do JJ books. He'll do it because he has to.
JJ's good at math, but he'll rather read.
Yeah. See, Elliot would rather do math.
Yeah,
he can read, but he'd rather do math.
I just remember they were doing a problem. So it was funny because when obviously JJ and him were at the house together and they're doing the work, there'd be stuff like JJ's like trying to figure out a math problem. Elliot right away 6, and I'm like, dang. Well, I remember seeing that.
Don't worry, dude. That's 6.
A equals B minus C. He's like 4, and I was like, dang.
C equals MC squared. Come on.
I was like, dude, you get it. And then Elliot was having a hard time with some like reading stuff, and then like I forgot what I was doing. I think I was in a meeting or something, and I come back around and JJ's standing next to him like, no. And
I'll give you the answer.
And he's showing him what the word is or what the silent word means. And I was like, that day, like I pictured these two guys in high school studying together as buddies.
Yeah.
Because not only were they like helping each other out,
they were still talking. They were problem solving as buds.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like, hey, dude, you're struggling with this.
It was so cool.
I'll bet you that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. I missed out on all that.
I know. You were in school.
Yeah,
you were doing your halftime school.
I was there with other kids, and Elliot was in my own class, which was kind of cool. But we spent like a year and a half together, almost. I mean, outside of when I was at school and he wasn't.
Does he stay at school with you after school ends?
Yeah, usually. Wednesdays, his grandma picks him up, so he doesn't have to, because it gets out early, so we can do our planning and stuff. So he gets picked up.
Oh, that's cool.
He doesn't have to just sit there, but yeah.
Don't you wish? Well, never mind. You get out early.
Well,
no, I know you still work, but don't you wish as an adult?
Be clear, I don't get out early. No.
Don't you wish as an adult though you had those days, like you got an early release?
It happens sometimes. We change our schedule sometimes with conferences so that there is a day where we stay super late one night so that parents can come after work, and then by doing that we get to leave with the kids one day.
Oh,
yeah.
So like nice. I went like this week. Cheeky had Wednesday was her early release. So in the high school, it's only once a month or something like that.
But it's like 10 or something.
10:30, dude.
Yeah.
I took that day off because I got my second dose.
Yeah.
And I was so sick.
He couldn't even walk. I was getting really worried.
I wasn't that sick, but I took the day because I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I have a little bit of headache, and you know what? I got to take the day because I'm allowed.
What if I have COVID?
My boss did go, I think you need to take the COVID test. And I was like, actually, I think it's a side effect from the shot. And so I emailed our health people, our employee health, and she's like, oh, it's a side effect. I had it so bad that she's not even from Southern.
I shit my pants.
I had it so bad that I had to turn my house 90 degrees, she said. She's not even from Southern. No,
I had it so bad.
She said she had to like put her thermostat to 90.
Oh,
I don't even know what
I
thermostat.
was like, I was thinking about like,
I had to turn it 90 degrees to
I had
face
it
the
turn my head.
sun.
I was upside down, man.
Not to face the sun.
That dog don't have.
But
Yeah.
no, she was really cool, and she's super cool because I one of our clinics I helped open. She was there.
I
And
had
she
to
was.
turn it 90 degrees.
Can you imagine? I had to turn my house literally
I was
90
here,
degrees.
And it felt like shit till I was here.
It was like this.
It was a 90-degree angle before I felt okay.
But
Yeah.
no, she's cool.
Super
She's-
nice. No,
she's
no,
so
obviously does not speak with a southern accent.
No, she does. She's from here. She
So
speaks
she
with
talks like us.
Washingtonian accent.
I had to turn my house to 90 degrees, Jesse.
Dude,
It's just not as cool.
I would
when we
love a
say it.
cool accent.
I
Cool
know.
accent.
I would like. Maybe we have one.
We do to some people.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I'm telling you,
I
like a
accents.
southern accent or
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
Irish.
southern drawl.
bro, an Irish accent would be sweet. Boston.
Boston.
yeah,
Yeah.
Boston
Yeah.
sounds cool.
Hey,
Boston or New York?
New
Tell
York. Oh, New York.
me, don't you sound like the most
Let me tell you
tough
something.
person though?
Yeah, you're gonna come to my streets. You're gonna come to New York.
You coming to my class?
You come to
Looking
my
like
classroom?
That shit?
Let me tell you something, kid. You come to my classroom, you better be ready to fucking learn, okay? This is kindergarten, all right? This
I
ain't
wanna-
fucking preschool.
I want to.
Get your shit together.
Yeah,
You're learning the ABCs.
Can you imagine?
Jeez.
Tony
Oh.
Soprano is a teacher.
Come on, you little piece of shit. I said sit the fuck down.
That'd be awesome, huh?
Oh,
You
man.
little piece of shit. God
My buffalo, huh?
damn.
Yeah.
What does he say?
Uh,
Googa or was it sort of the
gabagool.
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 Yeah.
You gotta eat the fucking gabagool.
Is it food? What is gabagool?
yeah, gabagool is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a type of meat.
Yeah, got your
I should know. Another fun thing that they eat is ziti.
Baked ziti.
Oh yeah. See, I know that one.
Yeah, I love the one. There's an episode
Ziti's
where Tony goes to
delicious,
get in
by
the
the way.
fridge, and the
He
ziti's
has
gonna-
no
Who ate all the fucking
the
ziti?
the pastor or whatever, the preacher.
Oh yeah, the priest. I love you, ziti, calm. He's annoying,
that guy got something.
but he's meant to be. Like the show wrote him to be an annoying character. Oh, calm. I'm jonesing for you, ziti. I
Dude,
like it
that
when
whole
it gets
scene
all.
when he comes
Ooh.
over during the
And
rainstorm.
she's all into him, and he's obviously into her, and he's like, "You want to drink the wine?"
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like,
The
"Yes,
wine meaning my
Pasta.
between my pants.
Oh, I'd love to have some.
Dude, I don't know if I could be with a chick that sounded like that.
No.
You're
oh,
so
Tony.
pretty. Oh God, I'd be like, oh,
Oh,
damn,
Tony.
you're pretty.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Edie Falco, though, she can act.
Which one is her?
She's
wife.
Carmela.
Oh yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
mean, she
No.
totally played the mob wife, and
She did a great
okay.
job.
there's a scene where she gets pissed at Tony and kicks him out and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not gonna say what happens from there, but man, did she do a good job in that scene. Oh my lord, it looked like a woman whose life is falling apart. I was so blown away. Oh geez, here
Harvey,
comes
what are
the
you doing? Their dog just bust in. He must have
Here
to
he
take a poopy
comes.
or something.
Harvey. There's his tail.
He just
It's a German dog.
he is. He's
He's
a helmet,
French,
bro.
but he looks like an old. He looks like he should be
He's-
marching in a parade for.
he needs a
uh,
little helmet.
Who's the guy that got killed at the start of World War One? He's a Kaiser Wilhelm.
He needs one of those helmets, dude.
Yeah.
Harvey, what do you need? Go outside.
Get out of here. Now we can hear the birds. Nice
Yeah.
job, Harvey.
I'm gonna shut that door.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. Harvey, get your little tootsie
He's just gonna come right back in. Invite yourself in.
Goddamn dog.
This is. It's pretty cool to be able to hear what your own voice sounds like.
It really is. I don't know.
But-
So
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, I need to catch up on The Sopranos.
good show.
But yeah, I've been doing my wall still.
Working on your wall. You did all the.
I did all the mudding and
All the
taping.
mudding, and you did the.
So I
taping.
sanded. I don't know if I talked about that last week or not, but if just catching you up on you 3.5 people, I did some sanding. I did our ceiling.
I did. Is it?
I was like, no, because I'm like ceiling, but no one can see my arm. So I sanded the ceiling, right? Fucking dust everywhere. It sucks balls because I'm still fucking finding dust. It sucks. And then this week I've been texturing.
Really?
Right? Yeah, using some spray texture for the ceiling.
Oh,
But
is
you
it
can
working
still-
pretty good?
It's
Not-
hard.
not
It's hard to
usually.
match what we already have.
I'll bet. It's, you
Because-
got kind of like a tight, thick pattern, don't you?
On the ceiling, it's different. It's not popcorn, but it's looks
Right.
like they're sanding.
But it's like it's like a really heavy
It's not
orange peel.
Yeah,
but it's like a
well,
heavy orange peel,
yeah.
right?
So that's what I'm using, right? The spray stuff's not cheap, right?
There's like 80 bottles of it.
dude, no shit.
Yeah.
Like I bought.
Is it like a spray paint can?
It
Or you
is
do
a spray,
like a
and
few-
it stinks.
Oh yeah.
Like
Really?
spray paint.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
So I did that the other day. So I did that, and then I made dinner, and I didn't open the doors in time. So when Lisa, she's like, "Oh my god, it stinks! Why you got the kids?" The kids are all probably like, man.
Dude, that
But
was
you can still
good
see the
stuff,
tape
Dad.
lines on the wall on some sides, and I'm at this point where I'm like, I don't give
Fuck it.
I don't care,
Yeah.
you know. And I
Fuck those lines.
so what? But then yesterday in the kitchen, I actually started smoothing it out.
Mhm.
So not the dining room where the ceiling is, but in the kitchen area where there's that small piece that me and you tore out.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I smoothed out all the lines there, and I was like, why did I fucking do it this way, right? Why didn't I? Why?
How'd you do it?
The way I mudded it was like I just made it super smooth, so it just blended with the ceiling. And so when I go back and I'm gonna texture it, I think it's gonna come out. I think it's gonna come out all right.
Gotcha.
So I think I'm gonna try to do that.
Yeah.
But even just texturing, pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
Shit, it's-
I don't have any clue. I've never done it. It just looks awful.
it sucks. It's the spray. It has a little nozzle thing that you can do fine. So
okay. So you adjust it, and it
yeah, so I
allows
do
more or
medium.
less. Yeah.
Medium's probably the best because the other one's like heavy,
Mhm.
so it's just like
Gums up.
yeah,
What the hell? And then a
No,
huge clump
dude.
goes.
like I put something over the table and there's just stuff splattered everywhere. Even on the
That's
fine,
bad.
like in the middle, like on
Yeah.
the medium, it just stuffs everywhere. It's so
Yeah.
messy. It's driving me nuts.
Well, our house
So-
was torn apart for like a year.
Fuck drywall.
Yeah. Ooh.
I hate
Got-
drywall.
Got loud.
I know that's because I got my mouth on the mic.
Yeah,
Stick
I've
in
never
the
done
mic.
drywall work. Never done it. Don't know that I
I'm
want
learning. I've done it. So I am learning some of the tricks. Just
to. The tricks of the trade.
well, I don't know if the tricks are trade or I'm just kind of like, okay, this is how it's done. Maybe
Yeah.
this is how I should have done it before.
Gotcha. You're learning.
On the go.
What did they call it? Osmosis. You're soaking it up as you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like the wall itself came out just fine,
Mhm.
right? So we'll see. We'll see. I hate
Nice.
drywall. It's
Drywall
whatever.
sucks.
But
Never want to deal with that again.
to drywall,
To drywall.
your empty glass.
Yeah. Well, hey, I can solve that problem.
But
Need a little more.
but yeah,
Yeah, it's been a good week overall.
good.
I got my kayak cleaned up because it was starting to fill with rainwater. We were in that quote unquote rainy season of the try, and
Yeah, I put mine away.
oh god,
We still should go fish. Can you fish right now? I don't know.
oh yeah. You
Do I want to be on the water?
Oh, no, we don't want to be on the water. It'd be cold as hell. But
It'd be cold as shit.
we can shore fish.
I
We
want to go
sure
golfing.
can fish. Oh, I want to go golfing. I've been driving. I started driving through Canyon Lakes this week, which is a pretty nice golf course in our area, and
Yeah.
just
Hole number
looking out-
12,
looking-
largest green,
Largest
in the
green in the
northwest.
Pacific Northwest. 2,000 square foot thing a minute.
12,000 square
12,000
feet.
square foot thing. a minute.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful course.
It really is a nice course. I'm joking about.
No, it's
'cause
12,000
fun to
square
say it
feet.
that way, but it really is a nice green.
Um,
Really nice course.
my buddy Efren just asked me if I want to go golfing tomorrow at Columbia.
I wish I could.
What did
I
he say?
can't. My parents are leaving town for Arizona.
Their
We're
yearly
doing
trip?
Yeah, so we're doing a goodbye
Oh, that's
party
cool.
to them.
Where are you guys going? Or are they coming here?
Just
Or are you
here.
guys?
My aunt's gonna have some stuff out at her little place, and we're
Oh,
gonna
that's
hang
cool.
out there. So yeah.
No, he went. Oh, Columbia Park. I haven't been to Columbia Park,
Ooh, not my favorite. It's very narrow.
dude.
So for me, a narrow fairway is like I don't know, something that's not good. I'm not ever.
I don't
going
think
to
you
hit
can.
the
I think
fairway.
it's just a par 3, and you just
Yeah, pretty
it's
much
just
is.
irons. I don't think you use
Still
drivers.
doesn't matter. Still doesn't matter.
No, the first 2 times I ever went golfing was at Columbia Park. That's never.
That was the first place I went golfing.
You guys had that party Saturday with Blanca's family, and when I talked, when Tito was here, Tito, and I told, remember the last time I seen you, I hit you with a golf ball. Because I hit him in the shins. We were golfing, and I ended up hitting him in the shins. Man, I gotta get closer to you. Oh yeah.
Get out my hand.
I'm like out the So Tito, no.
So when Tito was
So yeah, no, he I've never really golfed at this point. Like I think this time I hit him was like literally it was either the first time I actually went or it was the second time. But he was kind of in the front off to the left. I remember, and I went to go hit, and I'm a lefty, and I sliced it. Boom, hit him right in the shin.
It happens. Happens to the best.
Great. I felt bad, but yeah, no,
Golf's
that was the last time I was there.
Yeah,
was those 2 times, and that was like fudge. Like I don't know, 12 years. Like it's remodeled now. It was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, they totally redid the.
Elena wasn't born.
Oh, a long time ago.
She's 12.
She's 12 years old.
So like 13 years.
Imagine that.
I don't know, but yeah, dude, golf. I love golfing.
It's nice.
So I have this friend. So like we've been saying, we're looking to change up stuff on our podcast. And
it's getting better, I think,
it is.
as time goes on.
I have a friend that does photography.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Christopher Jackson, and he does like amazing work. And he's not like a professional, like he does this all day for his real job, right?
Mm-hmm.
He does this because he loves photography.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him, asked him, hey man, I'd really like one of your pictures. So he actually sent me some pictures, and I'll show these after the podcast that I wouldn't mind us getting for the podcast.
Yeah.
But there's
one of them.
There's a couple of the bridge, but there's one of Columbia Point or some golf course.
Oh, nice.
And it looks so cool.
Really?
When I seen it, I was like, dude, I want to go golfing.
Nice.
I want to go.
You get a good shot of a sand trap and a hole, or like water where you've
That's
got
where this one ends.
a
Water.
Fairway that ends, and then you go over some water. Those are nice shots.
Yeah, this has water, and it's just like like
beautiful.
when I went to Utah, man, the course is there,
Gorgeous,
dude. Next
Never
time we go
been
to
there,
Utah, you guys
got told me.
You guys got to come out.
Oh, by the way, shout out to
Bucket
and Kylie. Bucket, I heard that you listened. Thank you.
Thank you, Bucket.
We miss you. We wish you were here with us.
I do wish you were here, Bucket. We're gonna have to get you on. If you hear this, you're coming on.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at you right now.
I'm looking you dead in the eye.
He might listen to it and not watch the YouTube, but still.
They could.
If you do want to watch us on YouTube, just go to youtube.com/Just Weirdly Blended.
Yeah, hit us up at Just Weirdly.
Just Weirdly
at
Twitter.
Please ask us
for the
something.
love of God.
For the love of God, give us something to talk about.
We're gonna have a new intro on our YouTube, which is awesome. Thank you to my buddy Aaron Munoz.
I say the same thing.
I hope I said that right.
I've never met Aaron, but this is pretty badass what he did for us.
Oh, he's awesome.
So,
guy. I used to
thank
play
you, Aaron.
flag football with him. He had like a league he started here in Yakima and stuff, and like he's a really good guy. So shout out to him. Check out his page on YouTube. I think it's just Aaron Munoz. He's a family guy.
MUNOZ.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So I am Hispanic, but I don't speak Spanish.
And I am white, and I also do not speak Spanish.
Oh, wait.
Well, imagine that.
But no. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bucket, you need to get your ass on here, man. We'll have a course
for sure, and the good cans.
No, and it was cool to hear that he liked it, and I love that feedback. So, dude, appreciate it.
Yeah.
He, what was cool is like he enjoyed it, but he also gave the feedback that like our sound sucked.
Yes.
He didn't say it sucked, but he just said it. He said it
sucked.
Just sounded like this or that, and so and I get it. It sucked to me. I even thought it sucked.
I think we thought it sucked before anybody told us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But we've invested now, and
like we've talked about, like you're going to be always your worst critic.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think part of the premise of this whole thing is you can do it. if you want to do something, you can
Yeah.
do it. We started with nothing. We had a piece of crap mic and a
Yep.
computer,
And now,
and within a few weeks, we hopefully have a little better product, and it's just going to get better.
it's just gonna get better.
So
For sure,
you know,
it's growing.
hopefully people will enjoy listening to our
I'm gonna be
soothing
excited to hear
voices.
this back,
Oh,
just
me
because the
too.
sound's gonna be so nice.
Me
So
too.
nice.
Ooh.
But no, cool thing was we were looking at some weird news stories recently.
Yeah, in preparation for this show,
We like to try to come up with some stuff.
Neither of us really talked about our ideas for the show.
No, we didn't. This
And
week
then-
I was I'm not gonna lie to you. This week I was very lazy about
Yeah.
Typically I write my I have a little pad I write down, right? And so I'll write my ideas down, what kind of stuff I want to talk about, which I think is a typical thing.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to talk about
Love you.
the movie because I watched it and thought it was
Yeah.
good. And I didn't write anything else down, but I knew that you wrote things down.
Yeah.
And then
And I
just
try to, because I have a bad memory.
Yeah.
I used to smoke pot, and so my short-term memory sucks.
yeah, stuff happens.
Whatever.
But I just started. So I was listening to my favorite radio station, radio show one morning this week.
Bob and Tom Show.
Oh my
Shout
God.
out.
Bob and Tom had a segment. They were talking about this whale that talks in France. And if you've never heard the clip,
Is this an older clip?
I think it
It
is.
sounds so
but they
familiar.
replayed it, and it makes me laugh every time I even think about it. So this whale, I mean, clearly this whale has learned to, whale say things, but they like speaking clicks and things. So this lady was like, "Hello." And the whale goes like, "Hello," and it's like, "Hello," and it goes, "Hello," and then she's like, "Hello," and it goes, "Hello." It's like, I mean, there are signs like she's getting it to count, and it's like, 1, 2. It makes a fart noise. Like, I wanted so bad to find it to try to play on this, and I just couldn't find a clip that was cut the way that they
Dude,
cut it.
and it's
But-
hard to find.
Oh,
clips.
it's so hard. However they did it, they have like an audio guy that did it because it was cut so funny.
That's
Just one
awesome.
thing into the next, and they were laughing so hard. I was
God.
crying by the time I got to work.
I'm gonna have to
And,
look for that.
But then that got me thinking, like, what would be fun is to talk about stupid or funny news stories that are happening
Yeah.
now.
Which is
and-
so funny because we both
So we ended up,
were there.
we both ended up looking at the same page,
Yep.
and it ended up being NPR. I think that was the one. That
Yeah.
had
So before work. So before I clocked out of work today, I was like, well, let me look up some cool like funny stories because on the news you always hear the most depressing. Like so, for example, you hear depressing stuff. My tech actually sent me and another one of the guys two news stories from his town in Toppenish where I work. One is someone gets shot outside the casino, right?
Uh-huh.
And kills a lady. I think she dies. I don't know. Second one is 2 girls are just getting out of their car 11:30 at night. And what happens? They get shot. One dies. Super depressing. And so, prayers go out to their families and stuff. But like, for us, we want to bring something a little more amusing.
Some levity, because
And so I was looking up stuff, and then when we get here, I was like, I was like, hey, that webpage looks familiar, man. I go, and then I looked, and I was like, dude, I was literally gonna talk about one of these things, and I have it written down, like it's.
this is
It's like we're an old married couple.
We finish each other's sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
What was that on? That was on something. I don't know.
It was
Anyway,
on something.
It was on something.
No, it was.
So the first story that I almost wanted to read, but I think it's kind of more along the lines of something not good.
With the
A
ninja
ninja with a sword assaulted a U.S. Army Special Operations Unit in California. Needless to say, I don't
Such
think
a badass looking sword.
it is. However, the man using it probably wasn't a real ninja.
No,
So I'm guessing if it was a bunch of special operations guys, it did not end well for the ninja.
I'm sure it didn't.
The true story, though, it sounds like some people got hurt, so I'm not going to read that one.
Probably because he wasn't a true ninja. And the ops guy were like,
it was. I think it was Chris Farley.
Did you ever watch Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
And the guy with the swords, like
Oh,
being
yeah.
all badass, and he just shoots.
and then he just pulls his gun out, bam! And it's
Did you
over.
know that part was just added?
Ad libbed?
Yeah.
Oh, hey JJ, hi buddy.
Hey bud, love you.
So
That was just thrown in there because I think I don't know if Harrison Ford was sick or I don't know. There was something
he couldn't
behind
do
it,
a fight scene.
something like that. So he just did that.
What an iconic scene too.
Oh, it was.
I mean,
great.
it's like it's you can, yeah, that was great.
I made our kids watch that
It's
movie.
it's almost like
They were like at first going, "No, I don't want to watch it," and then they watched it and they're like, "Can we watch that movie again?"
It's on the level
like,
with
dude, it's
Crocodile
Indiana
Dundee.
Jones.
You know, Crocodile Dundee.
Close.
That's not a knife.
This is
This
not.
is a knife.
But yeah, what?
So my favorite story that I saw was a crypto trading hamster performs better than Warren Buffett and an S&P 500.
not bad.
So
what does he do?
this is
on a
pretty
wheel, or
pretty
what is
smart.
he?
So it's this hamster was put in this cage with these two tubes, and one tube was marked buy, and the other tube was marked sell. So anytime it would run into either one of the tubes, the trader would do whatever the hamster essentially told them to do.
That's
And
brilliant.
If that shows you that playing stocks is,
It's a gamble.
yeah, is
I-
a total game.
I can't even say because I'm in the stocks.
Yeah, his portfolio is up nearly 20% since he started trading in June.
See, and that's where for me stocks, I don't understand.
He's
when to
performing-
buy or sell.
Well, he's performing better than Bitcoin, Nasdaq 100, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, and the S&P 500.
I mean,
I think that hamster should probably start his own firm.
I should. What is it?
Hamster Rockaway.
I was gonna say Les Schwab.
Les Schwab, we'll fix your tires. And
What is it, Charles Schwab, or what is it?
I like Les Schwab more. Les Schwab. Come buy your stocks from Les
Yeah,
Schwab.
Come on, and we'll throw in a pair of tires.
We'll throw in a tire change at least.
That's kind of amazing because like I'm into the stocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I invest in Bitcoin and Litecoin and Dogecoin, all those coins, and it's crazy because I wasn't paying attention to my like Bitcoin for forever, right? And it went up. Not a crazy amount for me. It went from like $100 to $300,
Nice,
right?
nice.
So I'm at like 3 something, right? With my
What is that?
Coins.
You're 300%.
maybe
That's pretty
200.
good. That's pretty good.
But I had a buddy who got me into it because I play this handheld game on my phone, and so this guy I used to play in my alliance. He reached out and said, "Hey, man, you ever think about doing like stocks and stuff?" I'm like, "No, actually,
You
I
think
have
about pulling tricks?
tricks, man. I know this person. You
can sell that ass.
You
Jesse.
sell it. I think you can make at least $150 a
I think you
night."
can at least make $300 in a few months.
So now when I sit, I fart. It's very disturbing.
it's
But no, he's like he reached out to me and I was like, "Yeah, man, give me your number. Let's talk or whatever."
let's hook this up.
Well, he started doing Bitcoin. He was at
Yeah.
that point. Bitcoin was
Like
like right now
nothing.
it's at 50 grand, right?
Yeah.
A share.
Did he buy full shares?
Not at the time, I don't think, but he was already had like $2,000 or $3,000 like
Wow.
that
Had
it was
accrued or
that
whatever?
accrued, yeah. So when I went into it, I only put in like $30 because
And it's
at
up
that
to
time-
300.
yeah, I'm up to
Whoa.
$300.
Dang.
But I also invested in it's called Litecoin and Dogecoin.
Okay. So you're sort of
Um,
investing in the whole bit, like
a little bit here in the-
cryptocurrency market.
And there's another one I invested into on a different site. I didn't put like I said, I'm not one of these guys where I'm going to put in like
Let's
life
let's
savings.
mortgage the house.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would I have if I would have gotten to Bitcoin when it was at like $1 a share? Because just imagine $1 a share is at 50,000 a
Oh, yeah.
share.
I
If you
remember-
would have bought 100 shares right now,
I remember talking to people years ago and like, I was just like, I just don't know. I mean, like, I don't understand it. I don't know how it works. Why would I invest in something that seems so much like the
I can
the
say
internet
I
market?
wish.
But I mean, really, it's performed well enough now. I would have sold by now.
But the crazy thing is, it's like it goes like this and it comes like this. It's very volatile, right? It's
Volatile,
up and down,
yeah.
up and down, like always. Like at one point, I was down to 200. And for
But
me,
but
I just
there
let
is
it
a
sit
steady
there.
increase, and,
Yeah.
and really, the stock game, that's what they say, is you don't want to just pull out of things.
I don't, and that's what I don't do
But-
because I'm like, so there was a stock that I was looking at. So there's stocks I'll look at, and the way I look at the stock game is like, and this is probably an idiot's point of view, but I like fantasy football, right? So I look at the numbers, right, and I see how someone performs throughout the weeks,
Yeah.
right. And so in a sense, this is what I do with
a long-term performance versus short-term performance.
yeah. So this is what I do with like the stocks. Is I was look, okay, how have you guys been performing the long term? Oh
Yeah.
shit, there's been this steady climb,
Mhm.
right? So there was this stock, and they were looking to do all electric cars, right, for like the postal services and
Oh.
UPS.
Mhm.
And I was like, at the time, I didn't have the money really to invest in it. Granted, it was like $3, maybe $4, maybe it was like $3 a share.
Oh.
No, $3 to $4 a share, maybe less than even $3, right?
Did they get the contract?
Yes,
I know
yes,
that's like hundreds of
workhorse.
dollars.
They're called workhorse, and so like I said, I kind of wasn't paying attention. Then I
Yeah.
went back and looked. Now it's like at the time I came back to look, it was like at like $12 to $15.
Man.
It went up that, which is a
Oh,
pretty
that's a
significant.
huge percentage, yeah.
And I was like, I told Alicia, I was like, fuck, man, I should have put something.
We should have
in.
mortgaged the house. Damn it.
I should have put something in at
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
because
Right.
that's. But
Hey, it's
I
better
don't
than
know.
playing the casino,
lotto.
right?
Or
The
lotto.
slot machine.
Oh God. So my stepdad, when I was growing up, that guy would fucking blow our rent. Cause I grew up in
Nice.
Vegas, Nevada, and like
Yeah.
I grew up in Henderson. It was-
Real family place.
Out. Yeah,
Family oriented.
super family oriented. Prostitutes legal,
Yeah.
and which you know what,
Hey,
prostitution
Say
should be
la vie.
legal.
Say
but
la
hey,
vie,
when
huh?
I did a paper on why prostitution should be illegal in the United States, right?
should be illegal.
No, legal. Why you should legalize it and how much money they could actually make. Because in other countries it's legal. But anyway, I got an A.
Well, Mr. Jenkins sure thought that he agreed.
But like, it was crazy. So but he would blow it. He would blow. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just choked on a little whiskey. Oh.
But no, he would blow our money on, like our money, my mom and his money on that shit when we
Nice.
were younger.
Honey, I put it all in black.
So my mom used to have this a Gremlin. It was
Mm.
not a good car. They're crap cars. Anybody out there that ever
2-door, right? Hatchback.
yeah, a little hatchback
Yeah.
Gremlin.
Yep.
She ended up selling that because we couldn't make rent. I guess one time I remember, and so yeah, she sold that.
So then
Shout out to the landlord for buying that shit.
I suppose I'll take your car in lieu of payment.
Yeah,
Thanks for helping us out.
but
This
yeah,
is your
he's-
sole means of transportation? Yes, I think we can make that deal.
Yeah, he was.
Was
I
he a
mean,
nice guy, though? He did it.
If I recall, he was. Obviously, when I moved there, left there, I was maybe like 11 or 12.
It's kind of hard to know for sure.
So like I
All
said,
you
my
really know is
mother
that he
was-
bought your mom's car when you
I
guys-
remember that
He's
for
still living.
sure. I remember him
Yeah.
looking in the motor, like looking at that shit. But anyway, that's crazy about a fucking hamster though, doing all that shit for
Hamster outperformed the S&P 500 and Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway.
The one I was gonna actually bring up was in Boston,
Boston.
the 10-foot house that sold for was it $1.25 million. It's 10 foot wide. It's like an
Only in
historic,
Boston.
but it's like in a historic part of Boston.
It's been called the Skinny House, the
Dude,
Spite House.
It's like 1,200 square feet. It's not very
Yeah.
big. I think it's one. What is it? 2 bedroom, 1 bath.
Let's see here.
1862.
The real estate agent calls
built
it
in
the
1890,
Skinny House,
bro.
measuring 1,165 square feet.
That's not
Floor
small.
through residence with 3 exposures, offering a unique floor plan, manicured gardens,
But
and
can
a
you imagine-
private roof deck?
Could you imagine a 10-foot wide house?
Well, unobstructed harbor views.
Like this room right now is 12 feet.
It's a tourist spot. I'm looking at the staircase in this thing.
It looks cool.
I don't know if I would fit. I think my stomach would get stuck in that thing.
Look like Winnie the Pooh.
There's about 50 to 75 people just
oil
for
you up with
photographing
some
the house.
Honey.
Yeah.
Lube me up with some butter and shove me up that staircase.
Gotta push you out.
Man.
Can
All
you
the way up
imagine?
the stairs? Not
I don't
good.
know, man.
Legend of two brothers inherited the land sometime around the Civil War. One of them went away to fight and came home to find that the other brother had built a house bigger than his share of the land.
So the two brothers were in 1800s.
So the returning soldier built a skinny house in the only space left. That other brother, to spite him, built the house there to block off entry to the bigger house.
So, but how much is that bigger house worth?
Oh, a lot more. 2.8.
Or
I don't know.
Is it there?
It may not be there anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
They appear to have quite the patio space. I'm
Dude,
guessing the old house was
so
torn
the
down.
patio looks amazing.
Yeah, very nice.
It's like a rooftop, like
like a terrace veranda.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you call that?
I don't know. Rooftop deck, terrace, rooftop. It looks really awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the inside of that house looks really modern. It
looks
it's
really cool.
beautiful. It's a beautiful
But
home.
10 feet wide. I mean, man, don't come home drunk in that house.
Oh God,
Fall over and bounce off one wall and slam into the other.
look like fucking.
It's like a ping pong.
Bing, bing,
Yeah.
bing, 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 bing.
You ever see the video of the old guy with his wife coming home drunk and they like legit roll down the stairs?
That would be me.
It was. I'm amazed that they lived. They had like wine and they just lose it.
Oh, that's a real.
Oh, it's real. It's
like-
a real thing. They come.
I didn't know
home.
if it was like a funny made up video.
It's their home security camera that catches it.
God.
I'm assuming it's real. It sure looked real. And they're trying to go upstairs with these glasses of wine, and they're spilling it everywhere. And all of a sudden, like one of them falls into the other one, and they both go down.
Oh, that's.
It's
great.
almost as funny as the Russian guy trying to walk home from a bar, and he's like falling down staircases and rolling around streets, or the guy in the supermarket trying to buy more beer. That one was
that
good
guy
too.
that was like swinging off the doors.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Oh, we got bird issues.
It was like upside down, like going.
Is he
Oh,
okay?
where's mommy?
And he fell. No, she went to go see Blanc.
Is it still on the
Is it
ground?
all right?
He has a baby, and I was.
Should we go see?
gonna
Okay.
go get
I shall return.
and it-
All
I
right.
shall return.
and it
We have a
fell.
bird issue.
We have a bird issue.
It
911.
It fell.
Is it still moving?
It was-
The
yeah,
question is it still moving?
Yeah, it was like.
Well, so this bird is having issues floating around. Our boys were playing with a new bird, and it sounds like the new bird just might have fell on the ground. And 7-year-olds are a little bit like animated. So my daughter's right now walking around with the other bird. And that bird's just been chilling on her shoulder this whole time we've been doing this podcast. So if you see me looking over, usually it's because I'm looking out the windows. They have like double glass doors. But yeah, bird's alive. We're good. Bird's safe. We had to do bird CPR. No bird CPR?
I'm a bird doctor.
He's Doc Mcstuffins.
Just call me Doc Mcstuffins.
Where's my fucking toy?
What
I
a
need it.
joke, by the way.
Doc
Okay?
McStuffins?
What a joke. You can't.
She brought toys back to life.
She. Like what? I haven't watched the show in years because the kids are too old. But like, what a joke.
My kids didn't really watch Doc McStuffins.
I think Elena did a little bit of
A
Grandma's.
little bit,
but-
not much. She loved.
I mean, I get it.
She
I
loved
get it.
the little Einsteins.
Yeah, she did love that.
Mickey's Clubhouse.
I just like
Which-
half the stuff that she did. She was a mechanic. She wasn't even a doctor. She's like,
This is true.
I'm going to take a screwdriver and I'm going to change out a battery. I'm a doctor.
no, you're a fucking mechanic.
You're a mechanic. I'm gonna fix his arm.
Yeah,
His
hey,
mechanical
yeah.
arm.
Oh, I'm going to reprogram. You're a fucking computer programmer. God damn it.
She was actually a jack of all trades, though. if
She
you think
was a
about
jack
it.
of all trades, but one thing she was not was a goddamn doctor.
She wasn't. Did she have her PhD?
No.
Did she have her doctorate?
She was 6 years old, for God's sake.
Was she Doogie?
She-
Was she Doogie
I
Howser?
don't even know.
Did you ever watch that show?
No.
You were probably.
I've heard about
It was probably over your time. It was with what's his fucking face? Patrick something. I can't remember. Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser.
It's like the good
I'm
doctor.
aware.
But he was like super smart.
the good doctor. Have you watched that show?
No.
Okay, the guy.
He's autistic in that
the
show,
guy
but this one's not.
And I get it. I get it for real.
What's Doogie Howser autistic?
I don't know. The guy, the actor, does a great job.
No, that guy's
and,
a good. That kid's
and that
a good
guy,
actor.
he was in Bates Motel. Great show.
Master Bates
I really
Hotel.
like that. Master Bates Hotel.
You know what we do here?
Yeah. I mean, that's fairly literal.
I
In
was
that
almost-
show. But I like him in that show because he always talks like this. I think he has a cranospinal.
I spelled Doogie Howser.
Dookie. It's Doogie Howser. But he's a brilliant doctor.
Such a good doctor.
He can fix your butthole right away.
I got Neil Patrick Harris. I was way
oh,
off.
wait a minute. What?
He was Doogie Howser. Neil Patrick Harris was Doogie Howser.
Why am I thinking of this as like a 70s show?
Because you're younger than I am, so everything probably seems like it was like a 90s.
You're so old?
It was 89.
Oh.
Harvey,
yeah,
what do
I was,
you
I
need,
was
dude?
3.
Out. This dog.
He won't stop. Harvey, go.
He needs to take
Go
a
on,
shit. But anyway, yeah, Doogie Howser, 89. I didn't think it was that old though.
I only know Neil Patrick Harris from How I Met Your Mother. Dog.
No, Doogie Howser. I remember him from Doogie Howser.
So he was a doctor.
Yeah, he was.
He was like
younger.
a young guy that went to medical school
Dude,
early, or what?
It's the good doctor minus he's not autistic.
He's just young and
young, dumb, and full of life.
I thought you were going to say something. Young, dumb.
No, I don't know what you thought I'd say.
Full of life.
Yeah, he's full of life. So Alicia still must be at Sophia's if
I guess
because
that's where Blanca is apparently.
yeah, because she's over there.
So,
Shout out, Eddie wants to come on this podcast.
nice.
Does
Does he listen?
Probably not.
You better start listening, Eddie. No, I think that'd be great.
Rule of thumb
Eddie's
is you can't come on here unless you've listened.
fun.
to
You have
our
to
shit.
actually listen to us,
Yeah.
so you know if you want to be on here.
Yeah. Hello. We can be
God.
talking shit about everyone.
if it's just awful?
Harvey, get your fucking ass out.
Tough gay dog.
Don't make me
Harvey.
stick my thumb up there.
Oh, he likes it. You.
Huh?
Just kidding.
He talks.
Oh my
god.
god! Blues Clues. Oh,
Oh,
man.
fell.
That door's tough. If you
door
hit
is
it
tough.
too hard, it opens back up.
Hello.
Hello.
You hit it too
Yeah.
hard, they open back up.
You hit him back. Hit him. Don't hit it too hard.
But I don't know.
Boy, what else? What else is going on in the country?
I don't know. You know, I don't watch the news because
I don't either. I'm
don't-
so tired of it.
So I was off of Facebook for 6 months,
Mhm.
probably. And even now, I don't really get on it. I'll get on it here and there, but
Yeah.
for the most, and mostly it's to promote our podcast.
Sure. Thank you
Um,
for doing that, by the way.
Yeah, I try. I think I need more friends.
Nobody likes me.
I just need more friends. But I don't know. It's just
Well, that's not a
everything's
good
just
story.
depressing, man. It's just
It is.
we're a divided country at this point in time. I don't care what anybody thinks. This country's divided. Everything else seems to point to us. Let's divide us some more. There's the COVID. There's the Delta. There's I don't know. There's so much. Shit.
Everything's going to kill us, and nothing is going to save us. Like that's kind of the way
Pretty-
news feels right now.
No, that's exactly how. It
Okay,
goes.
but I just read something terrifying.
What's that?
Scientists discover a fossil of a four-legged whale with a raptor-like eating style.
A four-legged whale?
Yeah,
That's
this thing
pretty-
looks like a polar bear with a tail and a fucked up head.
I would shit myself if
It's-
I'm like swimming in the ocean.
If
I
you
think.
thought it was scary watching that, what is it? That thing in Jurassic Park,
dude, the raptor,
that whatever that water
the
thing
velocity.
was.
Oh,
you know,
oh yeah.
this thing looks scarier than that. They
It looks
showed-
like a platypus, kind of.
It kind of does, but like a really freaky one.
It looks like an anteater in the water.
It does. It's a
That's what it looks
giant
like.
anteater. They can eat a shark. Wow.
It's a megalodon.
It's 43 million years ago, though, so I don't think that's too bad. And it was in Egypt.
Fake news.
And wow, yeah,
That was
fake,
real.
totally fake.
Speaking of megalodon, my son loved that show, The Meg, the movie.
Yeah,
with Jason Statham. Loves that movie.
It was an interesting movie. It
It's-
wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It's a movie I thought it was going to be.
funny because it's right. I mean, like if you know what you're getting into,
It's
if you just want to watch a big ass shark movie, that's what it is.
Yeah,
It's a big ass shark movie.
pretty much.
But I thought it was gonna be like horrible. I watched it because I like shark movies. It wasn't bad. I didn't quite understand the whole deep sea thing, and somehow suddenly the shark was able to come up.
Oh, it's because
know.
when they went down and they were coming back
Right.
up,
They did
there was a
something.
pocket of. At that moment, the pocket was warm enough for him to get through, right? Which is cool, right? He could get through it because it's warm enough. But he's back in the ocean, which isn't as warm as where he was.
Right.
So how the fuck is he?
Well,
still
that's
alive?
kind of the thing. I'm like, like sure, it makes sense as far as writing a script to the point, but does it really make?
At
Anyway,
the end of the
whatever.
movie, it's one of those fun movies.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, and it really.
You watch
it had
Tremors,
some
same
silly
shit.
stuff. Yeah, right.
It's a big ass worm that lives in the dirt.
Yeah.
I used to
I
love
haven't
it.
seen that before.
Yeah, that was my life. I was a big worm that lived in the dirt.
You know what's funny? So we just read that thing about the hamster that was out.
Waterworld.
This now says there's a way you can beat the best investors. You've just got to know when to sell.
You got to know a fucking gerbil or
But
hamster.
I thought they just said it was a hamster that outperformed everyone.
Yeah. So
Okay.
fuck them.
So can you not do math? You might be able to outperform the S&P 500.
You know what? What do we have? A hamster or guinea pig at our house? No, not a guinea pig, a gerbil. And
Yeah,
maybe I'm gonna get him to do my investing.
get him to do it. Should
See?
I buy or sell? I said sell it all.
You know what this thing does is fucking little turds fly everywhere when he gets on his hamster wheel.
I'll
So,
bet it's
it's
like a
Cheeky's little
Gatling
hamster.
gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he's out. He gets tired.
Turds everywhere. And this thing's they're nocturnal. These animals are nocturnal.
It's all night long.
So it's all
He's
night
just
long.
throwing shit all
just
over the
fucking
place.
flicking turds in your face.
Oh,
You bastard.
did you fall asleep?
Yeah, Cheeky's had to move that thing because it's like she says it's so
It's
loud. She'll
heavy.
move it out of the way, right?
Wow.
I don't know, but
Hey, the best news story: a research vessel found a SpongeBob lookalike a mile under the ocean's surface.
what?
There's a real life SpongeBob.
It has fucking
Either that or
shorts and
somebody
everything.
dropped a sponge and it sank into the ocean.
It's
somehow.
probably a sponge with shorts on it.
Could-
I'm SpongeBob. Yeah.
That's a
Fucking-
horrible.
I hate
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. You know, I was never a SpongeBob fan.
Yeah.
Not a big SpongeBob fan.
Hey, you can buy the gun that killed Billy the Kid for $2 million.
I own it.
Mac and cheese ice cream,
I've heard of that. I've heard of mustard ice cream too.
oversized goldfish are taking over one Minnesota lake.
That's called a
I think it's called a koi pond.
yeah, that's what that looks like. A koi fish to me.
I don't
An
know. That's
ice
about
worm.
it.
A frozen
news.
ice worm.
Fro-
Disgusting.
frozen ice worm. What does that
Disgusting.
mean?
I don't know. It's a worm.
And
that's
more
frozen.
news of things that will kill you. On the mountain.
Oh, it must be from Australia.
Oh no, it's the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, it's not from Australia.
On the mountaintop glaciers of the Pacific Northwest lives mysterious and often overlooked creatures that are small, thread-like worms that wiggle through snow and ice.
Disgusting, because those will wiggle through your fucking body.
You know what else will wiggle through?
Your penis. Your
Don't pee in the
urethra?
snow.
Well, there's like a parasite that if you pee in the water, it'll
Down in
go-
South America, yeah.
it'll go up inside you.
Yep.
Up inside you. So invasive.
It's
Invasive.
So in me.
Oh my god, it makes me feel great.
What if somebody was like really weird?
No, there's people
I
who
just want you inside me,
there's people like that.
little worm.
I was listening to some podcast and there's a guy stuck a USB cable up
I
his
heard that.
pee-pee
I actually
hole.
heard that on Bob and Tom,
Yeah. He stuck this up his
Yeah.
pee-pee hole.
and it got stuck,
Yes.
tangled. I do believe.
Well, because it's disgusting. He wanted to measure the size of his
Okay, there's
internally.
plenty of ways you can do it. Did he think he was going to gain?
I'm so
inches?
much bigger when I'm measure myself internal than I am
Dude,
out
all I know
external.
is when I stuck that USB cable up my wiener, I gained.
Dude, I went
3
from
inches.
1 inch to 12 inches.
So how exactly do you do it? You just keep pushing it in there, and then when
I
it hits
eat-
something, you just hold it.
So when
and-
I was listening to this it's like podcast or something, they're saying like, how do you that was like their thing. How do you
even start inserting a U? I'm guessing he snipped it.
so that my thing was he
And
snipped it.
So what happens when you
But-
snip a wire though? The
Well,
end
it
is
gets pretty
kind
frayed.
of like a
Afraid,
multi-hook
dude. Well, because you have
Oy.
little other mini wires within
inside.
that, so that's gonna one ouch.
Oh.
Let's say he taped it. Let's just say he taped the end right to cap that, right?
Mhm. That's a
But
lot
now,
of tape.
now you got to put that inside your pee hole, which is probably not the
Which,
most
like,
comfortable feeling.
Yeah, I would imagine that's awful.
But you can't just put it in. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
I
drill this
Can
in.
honestly say I have never stuck anything in myself like that.
I plead the
it's
fifth.
just
I'm just kidding. I've never
not
done that either.
that one anyway.
Never. But I couldn't imagine, dude. That'd be disgusting.
And then it
Not this-
tangled. Didn't it tangle itself into other
See,
structures inside?
I don't
and
know.
they had to surgically remove it through his scrotum.
See, I don't know all that. I just know he went to put it inside himself, and I was just like, when I heard that, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That is wild." But whatever.
That's what our world's come to. Our boys are learning
To each-
about their bodies.
To
with
each
USB
their own, you
cables.
know. If that's what you like, that's what you like.
Huh.
I can't hate you for that. That's what you
Hey,
like, girl.
no hate here, but there's other ways to plug in. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I mean,
Would that charge you?
can you imagine if you plug that in?
No Viagra needed.
Let's just see. Can I supercharge myself? Plug it into the
Get some
USB?
low voltage going there and just put it.
Maybe that's what he was going for. Maybe he's done this before. Maybe he's on to something.
Maybe he can't
aren't.
afford Viagra and he had to go this way.
Or maybe like maybe he knows something about Kama Sutra that we're not aware of.
I've read that book.
The Kama
Fucking
Sutra says
boring.
the USB cable can tickle
Tickle the pickle.
and tingle to full
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know. But anyway, I think we're good. I don't know. What do you
I think I'm running out.
I'm running out. Anyway,
Hey,
I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. If you guys ever want, just hit us up on
Twitter,
on Gmail.
Gmail, What's
Gmail
our
at justweirdlyblended@gmail.com if you want to send us any kind of like questions. Twitter's at just weirdly.
That just weirdly. Yep.
Instagram's at just weirdly blended. YouTube, you can find us at just weirdly blended. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you guys have any like suggestions on what we could talk about, or if there's more, then just let us know.
Never talk about it.
Or what not to talk about. Like we're here for you guys. We obviously love doing this. It's kind of fun. It's different. And even if we don't get you guys, like the fans we'd like, I think we're still gonna do this.
I don't care if nobody listens. I just like doing
it's
it.
kind of fun.
It's really cool.
It's just like it is what it is, and like
It's
I
just
don't know.
Maybe we're just filling
Eventually,
up more of their space, but hey.
at the end of the day, what we want is for everyone to just do what you love and love what you do, and just if you guys ever struggle with anything, just hit us up. We're not trying to make this super serious, but at the same time, like
they're good mix.
we all struggle with something, and if there's something you guys ever want to talk about, we're more than happy to fucking probably bring that up.
Yeah.
I would think.
At the end of the day, we're two guys that are friends because of our kids, our blended family.
Yeah, pretty
We're
much.
two halves of a
Potato pie.
What the hell do you call it?
Two halves of a.
The best potato pie.
We're two halves of a full something.
We're like two corns in a cob.
We're
Two
halves of a
two
half of a whole
we're
thing.
two halves of one whole thing. That's us.
And that's who we are.
That's who we
and
are.
we're just really good
And
friends.
if you don't like it, God darn it, you can kiss my booty.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Well,
guys have a good
That does it for
good
us.
week.
Have a great week.
We'll see
Enjoy
you next
your
week.
weekend. You made it to Friday night. All right. Peace.
Later.